Hello students, very important topic, enzyme catalysis. You know that in your body the digestion of the food is done with the help of enzyme catalyst. There are more than 3000 enzymes working in every cell of the body. The normal food which you are eating, it will not be digested even within 50 years if the enzymes are not present. So you can imagine that the entire inside your human body there is a chemistry involved and large number of catalysts are involved now, which we are talking of enzymes as catalysts. First question naturally you will ask me, what are enzymes? What are enzymes? So they are nothing but biochemical catalysts. They are biochemical catalysts. And we already told you the catalysts are those substances which increase the speed of the reaction and themselves are not involved in themselves are not undergoing any chemical change or change in mass. They are regenerated back in the reaction. That we have already told you. So they are nothing but these biochemical catalysts which I am talking about. They are complex nitrogenous compounds. They are complex nitrogenous compounds. Most of these are globular proteins, which we will discuss in our biochemistry chapter. They are globular proteins and they have high molecular mass. They have high molecular mass of the order of 15,000 to 10 power 6 gram per mole. So they are very complex molecules, and you can see that these are mostly proteins, and you know that proteins have got a peptide bond, which we will be discussing in the next class. Therefore, what I am trying to say that these are the proteins which are working as enzymes in our body, and they speed up the process of digestion of the food. One example which I want to tell you is carbonic anhydrase. This is an enzyme catalyst, student, which is present in the red blood cells. In the red blood cells, this carbonic anhydrase enzyme is catalyst is present. You know the pH of your body, the pH of your blood is very important, that you are eating different type of substances which have different pH. Acidic foods, alkaline foods, you are drinking also acidic and alkaline drinks every day. But the pH of the blood, you know, around 7.4. How it will be maintained when you are eating too much acidic type of food or substances? What is happening? There is a carbonic anhydrase enzyme, hydrase enzyme, which is present in the red blood corpuscles cells of the body. What it does is that in the body there is a reaction. What is happening when large amount of carbon dioxide is produced in the body, then a reaction takes place. So I am talking of formation of, I may represent it like this, H2CO3. H2CO3 is a carbonic acid, H plus CO3, HCO minus 3. So you can see that there is an equilibrium going on between these reactions. H2O plus CO2 producing H2CO3, and H2O3 can decompose to give H plus, HCO3 minus. H plus is related with the pH of your blood, pH of your body, which is there. Now here what you have is a carbonic anhydrase as an enzyme. This reaction is very slow. Otherwise, in the absence of the reaction will be slow. Only about 0.1 reactions may take place per second. But in the presence of carbonic anhydride, the reactions are 10 power 6 times increased. It increases the rate of this reaction to 10 power 6 times, millions of times per second. So what happens then? This helps in maintaining the pH of our body, which is very important for our life. So these enzyme catalysts are very important, students. That's what I want to tell you. These are complex nitrogenous compounds. Most of them are globular proteins, and they are working for the inside the body and maintaining our balance pH, and digestion of the food is not possible otherwise. So some of the examples of enzymes, students, inversion of the sugar which you are eating, table sugar which you eat at home. What is that table sugar? C12H22O11 aqueous. This there is a catalyst, enzyme catalyst, invertase. So this invertase, what it produces? C6H12O6. C6H12O6. It produces glucose and fructose. In one of the earlier lecture, I have told you that inversion of the cane sugar takes place. That is why it is called invertase enzyme catalyst. Then if I consider the reaction of C6H12O6, this is my glucose. Glucose is hydrolyzed by a catalyst which is zymase, and it produces C2H5OH and carbon dioxide. So here what is happening, that C6H12X is producing ethanol, and what we are producing, this is 2 and 2, so this is our carbon dioxide gas. So what are you finding, students? That there are catalysts which are our enzyme catalyst. For urea I can say that C double bond O and H2. There is a catalyst which is called urease. It produces ammonia and carbon dioxide gas. So here ammonia and carbon dioxide gas is produced when it reacts with urease. So you can see that we have different types of catalysts which are working, students, here, and these enzyme catalysts, we will tell you what are the characteristics of these proteins. Proteins which you are eating inside your body, there is a catalyst which is called pepsin. Pepsin is an enzyme catalyst which converts proteins into peptides in your stomach. So this reaction takes place, and proteins are converted into amino acids in your intestine by a catalyst which is called trypsin. So you can see that different enzymes are performing very vital functions inside your human body, and you already know milk is converted into curd, and what type of enzyme is here? Lactic bacilli. Lactic bacilli is an enzyme which converts milk into curd. So these are the application. These are some of the examples of the enzymes which you are using, and they are what they are doing, basically increasing the speed of the reactions to the extent that the reactions which otherwise even were not possible are taking place. What are the characteristics of enzymes? Important point is that they are always needed only in small amounts, only in very small amounts. Very small amounts are required, and they are very efficient, increasing the speeds of the order of 10 power 6, 10 power 10 to 10 power 20 times. So very important that they will increase the speed to a very large extent. Then I told you they are specific in action, as we have given examples, students. Each enzyme catalyzes only one reaction and cannot be used for other reactions. very specific in nature. Which examples I have given? Urease for urea, and for milk to called lactic bacilli. So we cannot use one for the other type of reactions. They are very specific in nature, and they are very highly efficient. Further, you see there is an optimum temperature under which they work. Usually 298 to 310 Kelvin is the best temperature, and pH 5 to 7. Best pH is around 7.4, in which they are most active. And if the temperature is very high or the pH changes, then these enzymes will become inactive. That's why when you have high fevers or some viral attacks, etc., the enzymes will stop working, and digestion of food will not take place. And as a result of this, what you will face will be very serious difficulties and problems. Now, students, let us see the. There are something more about this. Let me tell you. You already know that these enzymes will reduce the energy of activation and follow a different path and mechanism of the reaction, which we have told you in our earlier chapters again and again. There are coenzymes. See, coenzymes are those, usually these are metal ions like sodium ions, manganese ions or copper ions, which when are added to enzymes, increases their activity, So they promote the action in this, they increase the activity of this. Again, you will find that certain coenzymes which we have said, for example, amylase. Amylase is an enzyme. When NaCl is added, then you get sodium ions, and it increases the activity of amylase. Therefore, this acts as a coenzyme. This is acting as a coenzymes. These coenzymes form weak bonds. They form weak bonds with the active sites of your catalyst. Hence, this increases the activity. There are also poisons or inhibitors. What they will do? Inhibitors. These are mostly drugs which you are using for treatment of the different diseases. What they do is they block the action of the enzymes. They deactivate the reactive sites of the enzymes. Hence, they decreases the speed of the reactions or will stop the reaction. So because there are active functional groups which are blocked. Active functional groups like OH, COH, SH, etc. they are blocked by the drugs. Hence, they will poison the action of the enzymes or catalyst, which is also an application used when we will be treating certain diseases. Further, let us see what is the mechanism of enzyme catalysts. And what they are saying, there is a lock and key type of mechanism, which we are saying that these enzymes are like locks. For example, if I see, this could be a lock, and then you have, I will say that this is a key type of situation. This is my substrate, this is my reactant, and this is my enzyme. So this reactant it fits into the enzyme like a lock and key, because enzymes have got definite structures, or what I am saying, shapes, sizes, active sites, which I said is active functional groups like SOH, etc. These functional groups are present in these. So they what happens is that these reactant molecules like a key fits into this lock system and form. This is my enzyme, this is my substrate, forms an ES. A complex is formed, and then this complex is unstable, and what happens is that it breaks down to form E and product. This is our product which is formed, students. So what we find that these enzymes have an action and they work like a lock and key system. There are active sites which are present in the enzymes. Active sites, these are my active sites which are due to the functional groups which are present in them. And there is a definite space, as you can see in these active sites. Only definite reactant of same size can fit into it. That is why these are highly specific. Why they are highly specific in action? Because it has a mechanism of lock and key, and only one key can fit in one lock, other key cannot fit in the lock because of the size of the active sites, you can see. And therefore in this lecture, students, I have told you that what are enzymes, what are coenzymes, how they are important in our everyday life, and they are how our food is getting digested, how the pH of the blood is being maintained by the presence of the enzyme catalyst.